This is the matter relating to selection of assistant section officer by the PSC.
Have you solved the copy?
Yeah, I have solved copy and Shanti is appearing. So, my lord,
sorry for putting you into an inconvenience.
My lord,
Isra is responsible. I am not. So don't invite him.
He has already invited me. Even if he doesn't, I will compulsory. I will positively go. So,
yes, all right.
My lord, what happened, my lord? The question.
What have you challenged here?
My lord, I have challenged the selection procedure by the selection list by the PSC on the ground that PSC has fixed a separate criteria which is not there in the rule for selection of the end. Lordship, kindly see the first. Lordship, kindly see concerned rule, my lord. It's a Annexure 3 concerned rule.
Annexure 3.
Annexure 3, page 57. Page 57. It is my lord, page 56. Method of recruitment.
Page 56.
Page 56, my lord. Method of recruitment. Roman 1. By means of competitive exemption to be held at least once in a year by the commission in accordance with Rule 6. Then also only see Rule 6.
Once in a year by action in accordance with Rule 6.
Rule 6. Direct recruitment to the post of assistant section officer to competitive exemption shall be conducted by the commission. Then my lord, turn to next page. Class 5 scheme and subject of written exam syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule. Schedule also there I file. Then 6. Only those candidates who have been shortlisted after written test shall be called for the skill test in computer as provided in the schedule, which shall be qualifying nature. One has to secure at least 40% in the total mark of the skill test to qualify. And here, my lord, the catch lies. Where is the catch? The rule clearly says that only in case of skill,
at least 40% of
40% of the skill test, that is the minimum qualifying mark. Rule doesn't say that in written examination minimum qualifying mark is to be required. My lord, what the corporation, the commission said, my lord. Well, the schedule is also there. Only the page 64 schedule is there. Negative market is there.
40% slab is provided only for skill.
Only for the purpose of skill test, not for written examination. And then also kindly see page 64.
Then for written examination, what is the qualifying?
No qualifying mark. There is no qualifying mark. Previously, in all examinations, they have been the persons who have aggregate whoever have the candidates who have secured highest marks, they have been selected accordingly.
That means, is it your case that whoever appears in the examination, written examination, he will be qualified to take?
No. It will be accordingly highest qualification. Highest qualification. Not subject wise. The subject wise minimum qualification, subject wise qualification. Let us say जगह 10 रखिला, उनके 60 रखिला.
वो तो cut off रखिए ना?
नहीं, cut off there is no choice. Even let us Supreme Court judgment eligible. They cannot. That has to be provided in the rule itself. I have got a letter Supreme Court judgment 2020, only few days back it has been published. In that case, what has happened, my lord? In that case, it was just the reverse. In the written test, it was 65% was the minimum qualifying mark, and written test there was no qualifying mark. But the commission in that case fixed minimum test, minimum qualifying test for interview, which was quashed by the High Court, confirmed by the Supreme Court, and commission was the appellate before the Supreme Court. Let's kindly see for a minute, or let's kindly see here.
All right, we will go to the judgment later.
Yes, my lord. Then, my lord, what they have stated in the press note, how I came to know about this. Because when they knew that they have not been selected, so page 150.
150.
Yes. From there only I could be able to win. Para 5. The commission, while preparing the provisional list of candidates for documents, verification and computer skill test, the provision stipulated in para 6C of the advertisement, the commission shall be competent to fix up the full mark in any of the any or all the subjects of the examination. This is the authority commission doesn't have at all. Also, kindly see para 6C of advertisement.
So your case is that although it was although this was there in the advertisement, but rule doesn't provide.
The rule doesn't provide. And previously also, previous year also, the rule, when rule came into force in 2017, previous year we had provided such thing in the advertisement, but did not follow it. I filed the request to that effect. The person having 10 mark in one subject and 16 in other subject, and got himself selected. My lord, your lordship, kindly see, that is the short thing.
Yes. Mandi, how do you justify this? If your rule doesn't permit, can you introduce a new provision which is not there? You cannot assume power. Proceed in accordance with the rules.
We have not introduced any new provisions. We have introduced the provision in the very beginning of the game, and the game ended with that. There is no change in the
Specific to this, what Mr. Mishra argued, the commission shall be competent to fix up the quality mark
Yes.
in any or all the subjects of the examination.
Yes.
So, is it permissible under the rules?
This authority is not there.
That is a limited argument. There is no provision.
That is my lord in the
Is there any provision in the rules?
we'll go to that letter. But first I am saying that
No,
my lord, candidates who have participated having come across that advertisement itself, can I again reverse back and say it is not correct?
No.
That is the settled law of the Supreme Court.
I have cited this
Yes,
letter Supreme Court.
I will cite ample number.
No question of estoppel here.
Lordship, my lord. What
You
we have
cannot
said
take the
is,
technical fee to advert your authority.
on the last occasion, kindly see advertisement annexure 1. Then kindly see, Lord, this page
26. Page 26. ମୁଁ ସାଙ୍ଗକୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରୁଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା ମତେ ଆପଣ ଫିସ୍ ଦେଇ ଦେବେ page 26 clause 6 C last
Method of selection.
last
Yes.
the commission shall be competent to fix the qualifying mark.
The commission shall be competent to fix up qualifying marks in any or all the subjects of the examination.
Yes.
So this discussion was left to the commission because lordship kindly see in that document I will show to your lordships.
Yes,
that press
yes.
note.
No, this
And
is
they have also
Mr. Mahanti, this is exactly Mr. Mishra's argument.
Yes,
that you have assumed power which has not been conferred upon you
Malad,
by virtue of the rules.
that kindly see the
That
method
precisely is his argument.
method of selection kindly see below.
Huh.
This is 56.
56.
Yes.
Page 56.
Page 50.
Yes.
Huh.
Subject to other provisions made in these rules.
କୋଉଠି ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି? Page 56.
Rule 6 ଟା ପଡୁଛି.
ହଁ.
Part 2 ଟା.
2 ଟା sub rule 2 ଟା.
Subject to other provisions made in these rules, recruitment to different grades in the service shall be made by the following method, namely in respect of post of assistant section officer in group B, as specified in clause A of rule 3, by means of competitive examination to be held at least once in a year by the commission in accordance with rule 6. By selection from among the senior grade typists, so we are not concerned. 6. The direct recruitment to the post of assistant section officer through competitive examination shall be conducted by the commission. Subject to the provisions of rule 11. The Home Department shall communicate the total number of vacancy, that is the existing vacancy, if any, and the anticipated vacancy, so on. So during the recruitment year to be filled up by direct recruitment. Then lordship kindly see that 5, the scheme and subject for written examination and the syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule.
Yes.
So that schedule is there.
Yes,
Then
certainly.
6, only those candidates who have been shortlisted after the written test shall be called for the skill test in the computer and provided in the schedule, which shall be qualifying nature. Once has to secure at least only
40%.
40% of the total mark.
40% of the total mark in the skill test to be qualify it. Then kindly see the page 64. Page 64. Hey, lordship, kindly see. This written examination is comprising of these four papers. The general awareness, then test of reasoning, mental ability, then mathematics, so and so, English, Odia, then 4 is skill test. That means after shortlisting
minimum qualifying mark ରହିବ ବୋଲି
ଆପଣ ସାରିଲେଣି
sorry
ମାନେ 3টাରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ତା ଦେହରେ ଆମେ କେମିତି ବାଛିବୁ 1.5 ଲକ୍ଷ ପିଲା ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କଲେ ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ they have said in the petition that out of that we have a qualified candidate of 2,400 something. So out of that, so we have devised the method. My lord, supposing we'll be selecting 2%, then my lord, also we are being able to, and the mark basis, we are unable to get the candidates. That total number is 96 post. So that is why we devised a method. My lord, your lordship knows that in a competitive examination it is an eliminating process. How to find out the best candidates. So that is why 1.5. So now out of that we have taken 1104. So in the skill test, my lord, in the skill test has been scheduled finally on Sunday. So thereafter they have come. So here where the rule is contrary to the advertisement, or rather this does not give the power to the commission. Rather the discretion is left to the commission. Commission is the body who is recruiting. So that is why to find out how the best candidate we can find out. And your lordship knows that last occasion your lordship has given that judgment, that order. In that also,
That was different issue.
no, that was different. No, that was different. But this aspect was also considered. But however, they considered that point.
No, that is totally
No,
different.
just a minute. Because on that occasion it was discussed that how would be they able to get their marks? They demanded they should get the mark. Your lordship has been satisfied that in view of the Supreme Court judgment, UPSC versus Angesh Kumar. So there it was decided that all marks can be given, everything can be disclosed after the examination. Only exception was that your lordship has taken exception that circular 16, wherein it was said that all candidates can be provided. Only we had modified that in 20, that only in respect of individual candidate. That your lordship says.
And usually you will
Yes.
provide
So
them
now
marks.
16 prevails and will give everybody. So now, my lord, in this situation, this is only on the basis of best mark they have filed the writ petition. Because if somebody does not get a seat, does not get selected, obviously has to make a challenge to this. But if this is a recruitment in the rule your lordship found, it was left to the commission rather that how they will shortlist the candidates, that has been done. And the lordship kindly, there are number of judgments are there. If you have accepted this and fell into the trap of the procedures,
The only question, Mr. Mahanti, is while devising any mechanism,
yes,
whether it is permissible for you to go beyond the scope of the rule.
There is
Here
no-
it appears that you have travelled beyond the scope
No,
of the
my
rule.
lord, no, there
by
is no-
providing cut-off marks.
no, there is no question of traveling beyond these rules.
The rule doesn't provide so. as it appears.
Rule does not, is not required to provide. Rule has left it to the commission to decide. Then commission how to decide a candidate. That means whoever comes to the court.
Has the rule
Commission can
provided power of the
devise
commission?
its own method.
That will not,
Commission can devise its own method.
Yes.
Where is the provision? Kindly show.
your lordship kindly.
That you have referring to from the advertisement.
Advertise, no.
That is not there in the rule.
Rule also, as per the requisition.
Where
to
is
given-
that provision, the rule?
Lordship kindly see here.
See 56 again.
This rule 6,
Rule 6.
method of recruitment,
Rule four
competitive
and-
examination.
4 and 6.
It doesn't say so specifically.
Yeah, by means of, lordship kindly say 4-1.
4.1.
Yes, yes.
4.1.
By means of,
Method of recruitment, part 2.
yes, yes.
At least once.
By
in a year.
means of competitive examination to be held at least once in a year by the commission in accordance with Rule
Rule
6.
6, right. So your power was restricted to Rule 6. You
Rule
can
6.
hold examination,
Yes,
but that is in accordance with Rule 6.
yes.
Huh.
The direct
Rule
recruitment to
6
the
re?
post assistant section officer through competitive examination shall be conducted by the commission. The commission has conducted the recruitment examination and how to find out the candidates unless a cut-off mark is decided. Let's kindly visualize the practical difficulty. And the government have also communicated the requisition indicating that you should do like this. And pursuant to the requisition, lordship will find also we have given there we have given there also.
No, is it a 309 rule?
Lordship.
Yes, yes,
Yes, yes,
309
Lordship, yes.
309, how
Yes,
can
yes,
the
309.
executive instruction override?
Then, my lord, I may draw your lordship certain that annexure 1 again, lordship.
Annexure 1, advertisement.
इधर पेज मार्क देना तो मुझे जान पाऊँ.
पेज में देना तो देखिए ना अच्छी अच्छी
Annexure 1 lordship kindly say.
हाँ. Page 24.
Yes.
24
2 clause 2.
Clause 2. Vacancy position.
As per requisition filed by the Home Department, Government of Odisha, the category is break off and vacancy
Vacancy.
position along with
Reservation
reservation
thereof
thereof
is given
given
below.
out of so and so.
Total
In the
790.
requisition, whatever in ditto, whatever is given, we give in the advertisement in all recruitment exams. So that is why, my lord, in the recruitment exemption, the power is conferred on the commission. Accordingly, the power was given.
How? Where? Show me from the rule.
My lord, your lordship, that
You are referring to the advertisement. Show
No,
me from the rule where the power has been conferred upon the commission
that is under
to devise any mechanism.
that is under the rule, my lord. Commission will decide and
Either
commission
divorce the rules or in addition supplemental to the rules,
and
whatever.
commission lordship kindly see page
Whether such a
54.
power has been conferred.
Yes, yeah, page 54 lordship kindly see. Page 54.
54.
Definition.
Huh.
Commission means the Odisha Public Service Commission. Then your lordship found here rule 4. Method of recruitment 4A1
Description of service. Rule
by
for
means
method
of
recruitment.
competitors to be held at least once 3 years by the commission in accordance with rules.
6. That you have cited already.
Yes. Then your lordship kindly see. Then competitive exemption rule 6. The direct recruitment to the post of assistant selection section officer through competitive exemption shall be conducted by the commission. And your lordship kindly see this page 54 again. In exercise of power conferred by proviso to Article 309 of the Constitution.
Right, that is
309. Then under Article 320, whatever the post is to be required to be recruitment.
It has to be through the Public Service Commission.
Yes, that is by the Public Service Commission. And Rule 6.2, then subject to provisions of, that is page 56. Subject to provisions Rule 11, the Home Department shall communicate the total of vacancy, that is the existing vacancy, if any, and the anticipated vacancy likely to arise during the recruitment year to be filled up by direct recruitment. By direct recruitment to the commission in the first week of December, indeed post to be reserved for candidates belonging to different. The commission shall, on receipt of the vacancy from the government in Home Department, publish the advertisement at the latest by the last week of December in Odia Gazette and to widely circulated Odia Delhi inviting application. There is no controversy with regard to that. Then 5, the scheme and subject for the written examination and the syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule. That we have specified everything. And my lord, one decision is there. So many decisions.
Let him conclude. Let him conclude.
You are my learned senior. I learn from you.
So you both are my seniors. So,
My lord, there are number of judgments that if you have accepted the procedures and you participated in the recruitment, you cannot reverse back and say this is wrong, this is right, this is all these things. So that is 2007 3 SCC page 100.
2007 3 SCC page 100.
Page 100. Then, my lord, this is also another decision. This is Civil Appeal number 387 of 2009. Amlan Jyoti, Baro versus State of Assam.
The reference citation?
Citation again, David. Data. There are number of judgments are there. And below there are also the Madan Kumar Shah versus State of Bihar, and also Amlan Kumar Jyoti Baro versus State of Assam. And below this is the judgment, Aro judgment. Said that Lord Advocate General will also argue, because we are recruiting for the government.
No, Lord,
So
let me tell your lordship.
Yes.
Lord, kindly see page 56.
56.
Yes, yes.
Huh.
Because we were concerned with rule 6.
Huh.
And my lord, what was referred to was rule 6.6
Huh.
at page 57.
Huh.
Let me slowly read this rule.
Huh.
Only those candidates who have been shortlisted.
Huh.
Your lordship may mark that, my lord.
Huh.
So this rule will apply only in respect of those candidates who have been shortlisted
Huh.
after the written test
Written test.
shall be called for the skill test
Huh.
in computer as provided in the schedule,
Huh.
which shall be qualifying nature.
Right.
One has to secure at least 40% of the total marks in the skill test to qualify. Therefore, rule 6 is really the second stage of selection. Once you are shortlisted, then the 40% mark criteria comes in. Am I clear, my lords? So this is a post-shortlisting situation. Now, question is, how will you shortlist? That your lordship may straight away to the advertisement at page 26. That is why I was saying, my lord, the submission is that the advertisement is strictly in consonance with the rules. The rules does not say how you will shortlist it. Rule says what happens after shortlisting. Now, kindly see method of selection. The competitive examination for recruitment of the post of ASO will be conducted in the following successive stages. What is the first stage, my lord? Written examination, objective type, multiple choice questions. The second is the skill test in computer. That is relatable to 6.6. Agar shortlisting hala, then skill test comes into play. No, am I clear? If your lordship don't mind, kindly come back to page 57 once again. Your lordship will see only those candidates who have been shortlisted after the written examination shall be called to the skill test. So therefore, this also says two types of tests. One is written test. One is skill test. Now kindly see, my lords, B. Only those candidates who have been shortlisted in the written test. Am I clear, my lords? Page 26. Shall be a skilled computer test in the practical by the commission as provided in appendix 1. With the qualifying nature, one has to secure 40% of the total marks in the skill test. So this your lordship may only notice 6.6. Am I clear? 6
Yes,
says
yes.
that once you are shortlisted, then this 40% comes into play. Now, how that shortlisting will be done, that is not there in the rules. And I'll tell you a reason why. The commission set qualifying marks in any or any of the subjects in the examination. What are pre-skill test? So here, let me tell you also the facts now. So therefore, what we have seen for the skill test, rule 6.6.
Rule 6.6.
6.6. Rule 6.6.
Only those candidates.
Only
This is the secondary stage.
Secondary stage.
First computer skill stage.
This advertisement also says the same thing.
So this 40% is provided for the second stage of the selection.
Skill test. So first track came there in the rule. And how will the first one happen? It can't be in the rule because that has been given.
Exactly what is his argument?
Yes.
That since it has not been provided in the rules,
I'll tell you,
you
Lordship,
cannot
why-
impose such a restriction.
What is this? There is nothing in the rules as to how somebody will be shortlisted. Clear, my lords?
Yes,
There
yes.
is nothing in the rule which says what should be the shortlisted. What it says is, if you have a skill test, then this is the marks. Am I clear?
Yes, then how, Mr. Mishra? How would be the selection basis of selection?
My lord, kindly.
As,
My lord, to answer that, you will see. You will also kindly go back to the, yes, I am answering, my lord.
Rule 6.6
Yes,
is
sir, my lord,
concerned.
I am answering, my lord.
It is second stage.
Page 66, my lord, you kindly see. It is at the previous sentence. How they have done it previous year.
Previous
रोज आपण तसं मुकीच पाठी फिटेली की मोबाईल I got answer to all your arguments. Well, page 166, 2018-19. That is after the promulgation of that 309-17. Let's kindly see. Same provision was there in the advertisement. Same manner that is there in the 168C. 168C. Then you will also kindly go to the result sheet.
166 कौन आपण देखिए?
मतलब ताकर 166 last year same selection थिला, same method से एक का postpone 160. So Romans class C देखो और competent comprehension shall be competent to fix a qualifying mark the subject of the examination. Exactly एबे जाए थिला सेटा भी से आछि. Then you will also kindly see the result sheet. I knew that they will come up with this argument. Also kindly see what
that last year advertisement which you are referring to.
Yes.
This condition, this clause.
Yes, that contains the
C
same.
was there.
168, page 168.
One?
Says page 168. Same clause.
168.
168.
Right.
Says.
The C is there.
Then now you will also kindly see the
What did they do last year?
Sorry, my lord.
What did they do last year?
They did not go to the fix any qualifying mark. They did not.
How it was done?
They did not. They did what they did.
How the interseminary?
No. What they did, they those persons who have secured highest mark, they accordingly reduced it. Let us suppose from top, let us say 500 candidates were 500 selection posts were there.
This is of the total mark.
Total mark 500 category. That was the shortlisting, and that is the shortlisting meant in the.
कोनटा कहले
माने सॉरी माने
काटी देले कोनटा कहले
माने काटी देले माने
टोटल मार्क्स क्योर
टोटल मार्क गडे आले तो
मेरिट लिस्ट वाज
मेरिट लिस्ट गडे देले माने also how they have done it, also I have also filed the document. Page 192 may can listen. Page 192.
192.
Yes.
Last year exams consider.
रुंत मुझे तो किसी कहली नहीं आपको. Page 192 serial 128.
Serial 128.
देखो तपन कुमार
महांती हां
21.2.525
এটা কো বছর লিস্ট
এটা লাস্ট ইয়ার পে সেইটার রেজাল্ট শিট পুরা আইন্ড দেখাইলি সেটা রেজাল্ট শিট
আচ্ছা ওকে
স্টার্ট ফ্রম 177
हां
সেটা রেজাল্ট শিট जो অ্যাটেজমেন্ট দেখাইল তার রেজাল্ট শিট
हां
তপন কুমার মহান্তি 21 রক্ষি গোটে সাবজেক্ট হি ওয়াজ ক্বালিফাইড দেন ইউ লর্ডস মে কাইন্ডলি সি নেক্সট পেজ नेक्स्ट सूची आपनकर 190 फेसटा ऐसे लगे दियो 198 195 पर अच्छा
Last year mark देखले कोन?
सीरियल 195 सीरियल 220 जने 10 मार्क रखिची से पाइची 220 तरुण प्रसाद साहू 220 से 10 मार्क से ओटे सब्जेक्ट चार्टर सब्जेक्ट से पाइची ही हैज बीन सिलेक्टेड एकदम 500 भीतर सिमिलरली द नंबर ऑफ इंस्टेंसेस आई हैव गिवन then you will also kindly turn to page 197 265
197
yes 265
मधुस्मिता महांती
no 265 पद्मश्री कर रश्मि श्री कर नंबर 2 से serial 265
Go to me.
Page 197 serial 265
Serial 265
रश्मि कर
रश्मि
26 रखिछि ता तळे 277 serial 277 से होची सर्वाणी पंडा 17.250 सब्जेक्ट रो क्वालिफिकेशन केला
तळे कुटा
277
हां
17 गोटे सब्जेक्ट तापर 288 अर्पिता पात्र 26 रखिछि लाइक दिस तापर पेज 198 रे सिम अछि तीनटा लास्ट लॉट्स में काइंडली सी 13 रखिछि गोटे रे 13 लास्ट 204 लास्ट नंबर 500
serial
say 500 last 500 Dipti Ranjan Indra Singh
304
204
CD 5 page
204 204 no page 04 serial होची 500
ता ऊपर देखंतु 24
13 रखिछि ता ऊपर रखिछि 24 ता ऊपर 24 22 MNC, they have been selected. How they have been selected?
Subject-wise qualification cabinet.
Subject-wise and had the been specified in the schedule, they would have also stated so. In the schedule, I have shown the schedule to your lordship. In answer to my Advocate General's argument that the rule gives full authority to the commission to fix up the qualifying mark for shortlisting. That is absolutely, and the lordship kindly see the schedule also kindly for a minute, or lordship kindly see the schedule also kindly for a minute. Then I'll take your lordship to the judgment, my lord. Page 64.
64.
Yes. It is number of questions 100, 50, 50, 100. Qualifying mark absolutely not in there. Had qualifying mark been provided here, certainly I didn't have a case. I would not have filed the writ application. Without making this, I would not file the writ application. So, and the data collect from the computer college, they accept the skill test and computer application. Except the skill test and computer application practical, the question in all other subjects shall be multiple choice type, and all questions will carry equal mark of 1. Negative marking is also there. What happens, my lord, in such cases? I didn't have the scope to challenge the earlier advertisement at that point of time because they have not followed that policy or selection method last year also. So that there was no scope also to challenge at that point of time. I didn't know that they will be utilizing that. Not only thereafter negative marking, what happens? We are normally avoid all these confusing questions. Confusing questions, so normally avoid. And
Negative marking was there.
Yes.
Negative marking.
Negative marking, 2, clause 2. For each wrong answer, say page 64. Wrong answer,
0.25.
25% deducted from it. So what happened? I have good in English, so I'll good in mathematics. I'll try to answer maximum questions on mathematics. I'll certainly not do in other subjects. Certainly, because that was not. Had I known that yes, I'm to minimum qualifying mark, then I would have attempted all questions in all subjects. Then my lord will also kindly see the this is my lord, all the decision. So my lord, what my lord is the
এটা যদি ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି
এটা তো দেখছি এটা that very একদম directly on the point.
কোটা রিলাই করଛନ୍ତି?
To 2022 SCC online for
Goa Public Service Commission.
Sorry, madam.
Goa Public
Service Commission. Madam, may kindly see para 2.
Para 2.
Yes. The fact, very important. By advertisement number 14 by 16 published by the applicants applications are invited for filling up the 6 posts of unreserved category and 3 posts in the reserved category under the Goa Civil Service Rule 2016, hereinafter referred by the rules. Pursuant to the advertisement 81866, candidates appeared in the computer-based screening test CBRT held on 5/3/17. When the results were declared, only 7 candidates, including respondent 1, 2, 3, before this code, were found to have been cleared in the test. In terms of the advertisement and the rules, the written test came to be conducted on 10/4/17 and on 11/4/17. In the result, which came to be declared, out of 7, only 4 candidates were found qualified. Respondent 1, 2, 3 were among them. That is one Mr. Vivek, so and so. On 16/5, with this most important, on 16/5/17, the appellant decided to fix cut-off mark, which with respect to the interview. I may pause for a minute here. In the advertisement, they have not stated that what will be the cut-off mark. In the advertisement, they have not stated. They have kept it open. The total marks fixed for the interview was 40. Appellant fixed cut-off mark at 26. The final interview took place on 24/5/17, not declared. Respondent took up the matter before the chairman of the appellant, pointing out the irregularities. Besides moving, the chief secretary application were made under the Right to Information Act, seeking the information as to why the results were not published. This was done by the number 1. We cut the long story short by indicating that on 21/7/17, the fresh advertisement came to be issued, inviting application with 10%. That's wrong. What High Court did. Respondent number 1, 2, 3 filed petition, so by the impugn judgment. We note that in the affidavit in reply not obtaining minimum qualifying mark in the oral interview pursuant to the decision on the meeting dated 16/5/17 is the sole reason for not to send the names of petitioner to the respondent state. No other reason has than the qualifying marks at the interview is shown to us. In the press note also they have stated. In these circumstances, we hold that action of the respondent number one is not recommending the names of the petitioners to the post of junior scale officer of Goa Civil Service in the ground that they have not secured 65% mark qualifying in the oral interview is illegal. And beyond the powers of respondent number one commission, the action taken by respondent number one commission in the meeting dated 16/5/2017 introduced 65% minimum qualifying mark at the interview for the junior scale officer in the Goa Civil Service. Therefore, cannot be sustained and it is passed and set aside. Respondent number one commission is will take steps as per Rule 12 of the rules in the basis of consolidated marks of the petitioner in the written examination and oral without attaching any qualifying criteria to the marks obtained by in the oral interview. The commission went up to the Honorable Supreme Court. Two, three paragraphs I lost because the concerned rule is also that is para 14 ballot. Para 14. This judgment has the commission which was dismissed. List of successful candidates. This the then para 5 rule 10 because the rules have so kindly turn to para 20 minute para 20. That is related to judicial officer's appointment. Para 20. Ballot last para 7. They have quoted the judgment.
Para 7.
Para last line.
Para 14 ro.
Para 20 ro. 14 to dekheli se rule guda. Rule guda ke
para 20 ro.
Para 20 ro. Last sentence. Rule making authorities have provided a scheme for selection of candidates. Let's see what it. For appointment to judicial posts. Rule 16 prescribes the minimum specific mark to be secured by candidates in the written examination. It is 30% of the total marks of all papers. The candidates who have secured more than that minimum would alone be called for viable test. The rules do not prescribe any such minimum mark to be secured at the viable test. After the viable test, shall add the marks of the viable test to the marks in the written examination. There then Rule 18 states. Then para 11. The light of this distance is inevitable. That commission in the instant case also has no power to prescribe minimum standard at viable test for determining the suitability of the candidates at the appointment as munshi. The rules have been framed under the proviso to Article 309, read with Article 234 of the Constitution. Article 234 requires that the appointment of persons other than the district judge to the judicial service of state shall be made to the governor of the state. It shall be in accordance with the rules made by the governor in that behalf after consultation with the State Service Commission and with the State High Court. State High Court. The rules in question have been made after consultation. The rules in question have been made after consultation with the Commission and the State High Court. The commission which has been instituted under the rules must therefore faithfully follow the rules. It must select candidates in accordance with the rules. It cannot prescribe additional requirement for selection either as to eligibility or to suitability. The decision of the commission to prescribe the minimum mark to be secured at the viable test would therefore be illegal and without authority. Then let us kindly see the next page. Para 21. 22. Just before para 22, para 21 last, just before 22. But at the same time, let's see what it.
Para
22 just purva line ta.
22 purva line ta.
But at the same time.
But at the same time.
Same time, it has to conform to the provisions of law and has also abide by the rules and regulations on the subject and to take into account the policy decision which within the domain of the state government, it cannot impose its own policy decision. Is a matter beyond the purview. And accordingly, last portion will also
that was my question to them.
Para 32 will also the last order, the defective order. Since the applicant,
কোটা কইলে
para 32,
প্যারা 32
para 32. Since appellant fails in its challenge to the impugned order, the respondent must finally obtain redress accordingly. While we dismiss the appeal, we reiterate the decision direction contained in the impugned order. It is for the appellant authority to take the decision in accordance with law in future. So what has happened in this case? In this case, rule clarified that is for written test, 68% will be qualifying mark, but no interview qualifying mark was provided for the interview. Commission, though did not have advertisement, it did not say anything. In the subsequent, in the midst of selection, said that no, they will fix 26 mark as the qualifying test for interview. So that itself was held to be illegal. And Lordship kindly see what the 95 Supreme Court Lordship kindly see.
95
95 Chupa, I am giving the cup. And it is only an agency. It is only an agency.
That is the Supreme Court.
That is the Supreme Court judgment and only agency. Article 320 doesn't confer power to go beyond the rules. Para 31.
প্যারা 31
Now, what it means?
just yes, para 31
Now, power to make rules regulating condition of service of persons appointed on government posts is available to the governor of the state with the provision of Article 309. It was an exercise of the power that the present rules were made if the statutory rule in a given case have not been made as the parliament, the state legislature, or for that matter, the governor of the state. It will be open to the appropriate government, the central government, Article 73, and the state government under Article 162 to issue executive instruction. However, if the rule has been made out, they are silent on the subject and point in issue, the omission can be supplied by when the rules can be supplemented with executive instructions. In this case, the government did neither issue any administrative instruction nor did it supply the omission with regard to the criteria and the election of the suitability of the candidates was to be determined. The members of the selection board their own decided to adopt confidential character rules of the candidates who are already employed as homeopathic medical officers on the basis of determining their seniority. The members of the selection board, or for that matter, any other selection committee did not have jurisdiction to lay down the criteria for selection process. They are authorized to in that regard and rule made under Article 309. It is basically the function of the rule making authority to provide the selection rule. Then my lord, may kindly see what is short judgment, only one.
Short no. It has a button.
Oh, achha. Another judgment of the 22/8 SCC. My reply to my learned friend Mr. Mahanti's argument that after this we cannot challenge it. That is.
having participated in the selection test
Placitum thatum
2022
wherever there can be no estoppel against law, where law requires Placitum last third. Moreover, when there can be no estoppel against law, where law requires something to be done in a particular manner, and in that manner it would have no existence in law. The judgments had aided in applying principle of estoppel and finding that appellant having appeared in the interview being unsuccessful were restored from challenging the same. That is answered well from Mr. Mahanti's. And that is another aspect also. Another short judgment. Gote paragraph film dekhibe out short judgment.
দেখছেন
Out just out. What is that? What is the role of what is the role of PSC? সেটা খালি সব কনসেন্ট এটা হচ্ছে 2018-12 SCC 7276 হ্যাঁ এটা হচ্ছে para 3টা para 3 it is not concerned. Para 5 publisher is the only agency to make the recruitment rest is for the state. Therefore, the state cannot bank upon the publisher commission. So my humble submission here would be that whatever the schedule is there, if the rule was clear, or the state government wanted to make the qualifying mark as the for the purpose of selection or shortlisting, then they would have not only in the rule but also in the schedule.
I have understood. Yes.
I'll take 5 minutes.
Sorry, I intervened when you argued. I just wanted a clarification from you.
Yes.
Again, phone.
Not all these judgments your lordship saw. The allegation was that it is contrary to the rules, as far as I have understood. Now, please let us look at the rules one again, and then we will come to the advertisement. I
All
will
right,
take
all
much
right.
time. If your lordship sees, my lords, page 64, 64, 57, I'm so sorry.
Page 57.
Again,
Huh.
page 64 or 56 ru Arambala method of recruitment
Huh.
and the relevant
So
rule
rule
of
6 you are relying.
6, that is the only rule.
Huh. Huh.
Now, let us see
Huh.
what does our rule provide,
Huh.
because we have to test the advertisement within the envelope of the rules. What is the allegation? The allegation is the advertisement is beyond the rules. Now, in our rule, rule 6 is the only rule which is concerned, which we are concerned with. Now, rule 6 talks of a post shortlisting scenario. Shortlist hegala pare what will happen? That is what rule 6 provides. The lordships have 57. Now, may I read it again? Only those candidates who have been shortlisted after the written test shall be called for the skill test in computer as provided in the schedule, which shall be the qualifying in nature. One has to secure at least 40% in the total marks in the skill test qualifying. So therefore, our rule, rightly or wrongly, 309 rule says, look, shortlisting we are not concerned with. Once you cross the threshold of shortlisting, for the skill test you have to secure at least 40%. But if I am right in what I am saying, then let us see the advertisement. And that your lordships will get, my lords, at page 26. What is the method of the selection? And my lord, your lordship may also note that nobody has challenged the virus of rule 6.6 or that rule to say that why you have not fixed the order in which you will shortlist. That's very important. Because notice nobody's case that rule 6.6 is ultra virus because it does not lay down the threshold as to how a shortlisting will be done. Am I clear, my lords? Rule 6.6 talks of post shortlisting. How shortlisting will be done is not there in the rule, and the virus of that rule is not under challenge before your lordships. Now let us see page 26.
Yes.
Now 26 says the competitive examination for recruitment of the post of so and so shall be conducted in the following successive stages. So your lordship may note, my lord, first stage and second stage. So what is the first stage? Written examination.
Right.
So therefore that is shortlisting. Once you have crossed that threshold for which no rules have been prescribed, you will have to come to the skill test, which is 6.6. Am I clear, my lords? That is rule 6.6. Now let us read further. Only those candidates who have been shortlisted after the written test shall be called for the skills test in computer practical by the commission, which shall be the qualifying in nature. One has to secure 40% of the total marks in the skill test to qualify. It is clearly in terms of 6.6. So therefore, my lord,
So there are two stages.
Yes.
Written examination, which is relatable to 6.5, then skill test relatable to 6.6. So therefore, in the advertisement method of selection, they have rightly stated that there are two stages.
I am grateful. And the lordships now, my lords, why do they say 40% and why do they not say what will be the qualifying criteria? Shortlisting criteria kahin ki lekha hi nahi. The lordship may see that has been left to the commission at C, bottom of the page. The commission shall be competent to fix up the qualifying mark in any or all of the subjects for the examination. Now here your lordship may kindly see, my lord, 34. Page 34. Your lordship may see, my lord, 400 marks is the total mark. So general awareness, test of reasoning, mathematics, English, Odia, etc. My lords got it, my lords?
Yes, yes.
So this
This
is all,
is that schedule.
lordship.
Exact copy of that schedule provided in the rules.
Correct.
So my only question is, Mr. Parija,
Yes, my lord.
as you pointed out, there are two stages.
My lord.
Rule 6.5, written examination,
Rule
6.6 is skill test.
Yes.
So now we are confined to
We are confused.
6.5 provides
Yes.
the modalities for conducting written test.
Correct.
It says
Yes.
that the commission has to conduct the examination
Right.
in terms of the 6.5 scheme and subject for written examination,
Correct.
and the syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule.
Right.
So
Problem here.
schedule is provided.
Yes.
In the absence of any specific provision in the schedule,
Yes.
is it proper for the
The
Public
question-
Service
the argument
Commission
is- the
to
argument
impose an
is-
additional condition?
No additional commission has been imposed. This is what? Written examination is happening.
Huh.
Written examination is happening. What they are saying is that you should also have a cutoff bar for the qualifying examination.
And that too in the background of the fact that you have deviated from the previous years.
No. I'll
First
come
of
to
all,
that.
it is absent in the schedule.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Your Lordship may first see that why a cutoff mark has been fixed at the second stage and not at the first stage.
Right.
The answer is very simple.
Huh.
Because that can't be fixed.
Huh.
And I'll tell you Lordship why.
Huh.
150 lakh people, 150,000, 1,50,000 candidates have appeared.
Huh.
Now the posts are 796.
Huh. What is last year's statistics? How many appeared? Last
year-
examination rather.
Yes, my lord, all that statement which was showed to your lordships
Huh.
is all post examination.
Huh.
So here also after the examination.
Now,
is
how
over-
many candidates appeared in the last examination? Mr. Mandi?
Last examination that I cannot.
And how many candidates? Any idea? No, you have not taken
So
instruction.
therefore, my lord, what has been done is this.
Last time
And let
challenge
me tell
वाला
you
यही
lordship
ना
what has been done. So therefore, for 796 posts,
Hmm.
the thumb rule is 1:5. 1 is to 1.5.
Hmm.
So that is, you have to fill up 796 posts. I would call roughly about 1,100 to 1,200 people
Hmm.
for the second set. This is very important. Your Lordship may kindly note. So therefore, you have to accordingly fix your cutoff mark, and therefore, for the first stage, no cutoff mark is fixed. But am I clear?
Yes, yes.
You have 796 posts,
Huh.
so you will roughly call 1.5 times
Huh.
of the people for the next stage,
Huh.
for the computer test. My lord, while your lordships are on page 26,
Huh.
kindly note this, my lord,
Huh.
that total posts admittedly are 796.
Huh.
Out of that, there are unreserved, reserved, SC and ST.
Huh.
Total make that, my lords.
Huh.
So therefore, roughly, I have to now shortlist.
Huh.
I have shortlisted 1,104 candidates.
Huh.
1104.
Huh.
Who will now go to the second stage?
Huh.
That is the 6th stage. Am I clear, my lords?
Yes.
If there is a qualifying mark for that,
Huh.
then maybe I will not get at all.
No, it is simple. You could have selected on the basis of the aggregate.
Exactly, that is one.
Huh.
You know that your lordship saw those those lists.
Huh.
After this examination is over,
Huh.
everybody's list will also come out.
Huh.
So only the top 1,104, depending on the you are SCBC, ST and SC,
Hmm.
they have been called. Now when the final results will come out, your lordships will get that same sheet. I can understand, my lords, if one unreserved category candidate,
Hmm.
ultimately जो final list बाहरिबो, if he will be able to show to your lordships that I had secured more marks and I have been discriminated is another question. Am I clear?
Hmm.
Suppose there are 442 candidates, 447 candidates in UR.
Hmm.
So 1106, the breakup is like this, 447. Now in the 447, I have called 78 people. Right, my lord?
Right, right.
Suppose when the final mark sheet is issued after the exam, somebody will come and say, look, my position was 660. Why you didn't call another thing? There they would be right. Today we are seeing a mark sheet which was of the last year. So the submission to your lordship is this. Now once I have called 11.110, which is roughly 1.5 times, that has to depend upon what is the cutoff mark to qualify that. Understand me, lords, the qualifying mark was fixed at 25%. I just as an illustration. 10,000 candidates. If it was 45%, maybe there are no ST candidate. So therefore, these are relative competitive examinations. The number of candidates who will come through to the next stage will have to be a portion of the seats to be filled up. Now, am I clear, Millets? So therefore, submission to your lordship is, that is why the rule kept silent on the first part, namely the shortlisting, and said once shortlisting is over, then it has to be 50%. Our rules don't nowhere say that for shortlisting, this is the percentage that has to be there.
Exactly, that is right.
Now, when the examinations are over, final mark sheets are produced. If somebody who has been called for the interview is of a lesser mark than what the petitioner is, he will have a cause of action. Not at this stage.
In any case, that requires adjudication. I am issuing notice,
Yes.
file your counter.
Yes.
We'll fix a short date.
Only they may,
16th,
they may hold the skill test, but may not finalize the exit.
On 4, the viable this computer test is there.
I don't.
Your lordship may not grant any injunction because people are coming from all over.
Yes, sir. I am not.
No,
I am not seeking.
final list shall not be published.
Yeah, that way. Only
That
that
I will
way.
say.
Yes, yes.
Only that.
Dekhantu, Hard Sri Manoj
The
Mishra.
lordship may say subject to result of the case.
No. No.
And you go ahead with those selection process, you will not publish the final list.
Fine. That is.
All right. Till it is decided.
It's a very sorted and decided.
Hard Mr. Manoj Mishra and counsel appearing for the petitioner. Mr. P.K. Mahantil and senior counsel appearing for the OPSC and the learned advocate general for the state opposite parties. The petitioner has filed this writ application calling in question the method of selection adopted by Odisha Public Service Commission while conducting selection recruitment test for appointment to the post of Assistant Section Officer in Group B of Odisha Secretariat Service under Home Department. Mr. Mishra and senior counsel appearing for the petitioner submitted that the OPSC has imposed, has included a condition.
Can I take you? I'm called in the
Sure,
other.
sure. Has included a condition in the advertisement that is with regard to OPSC subsequently has devised a mechanism by imposing cut-off mark
In each subject.
in each subject, which was not there in the rules and also not in the advertisement published by the advertisement number 26 of 2021-22.
Right.
Mr. Mishra's senior counsel's argument was specific that the OPSC doesn't have authority to impose any cut-off mark. After the selection process was commenced, by taking resort to the clause 6C of the rules, wherein it has been provided that the commission shall be competent to fix up the qualifying marks in any or all the subjects of the examination. Sorry, advertisement. The rule that is relevant for the purpose of the present case is Rule 6 of the Odisha Secretariat Service within bracket method of recruitment and conditions of service of Assistant Section Officers Rules 2010, which is a rule enacted by exercising power under the proviso to Article 309 of the Constitution of India. Stop. Part 2 of the rules deals with the method of
So
recruitment.
ruled out 2016, not 2010. Page 54.
2010 para?
No, 2016 law.
Rule was superseded.
आपण जो देई
Supersede. 10 rule टा supersede इतला. Page 54 it was.
हाँ 2016 करिए. Superseding and the rule of the year 2010. है ना? Part 2 of the said rule provides method of recruitment that is to be adopted while selecting candidates for appointment to the post of ASO in the Odisha Secretariat. Rule 4A1 provides that the selection shall be done by means of a competitive examination to be held at least once in a year by the Commission in accordance with Rule 6. Next, Rule 6, which deals with direct recruitment, provides two stages, basically two stages for selection and recruitment of candidates to the post of ASOs. Rule 6.5, Rule 6 within 5 provides that the scheme and subjects for the written exam and the syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule. That is the first stage of the selection. Stop. Next, Rule 6.6 provides that only those candidates who have been shortlisted after the written test shall be called for the skill test computer as provided in the schedule, which shall be of qualifying nature. Stop. One has to secure at least 40% of the total mark in the skill test to qualify it. Stop. For Mr. Mishra and senior counsel appearing for the petitioner argued that in the present case we are confined to interpretation of Rule 6.5 of the 2016 rule, which provides that the scheme and subject for the written examination and the syllabus shall be as specified in the schedule. So next, the schedule which has been appended to the rules.
64.
Huh?
Page 64.
Huh. Comma, on a bare perusal, comma, doesn't disclose that any qualifying mark
On each subject.
subject wise has been provided therein. Stop. It only provides the total mark for each category of examination, that is total within bracket to 4 categories, broad categories under which the examination is to be held, comma, bracket ends, and the duration of such examination. Therefore, there is no mention about any qualifying mark to be obtained by any candidate who is sitting in the examination. Qualifying mark to be secured by any candidate who is sitting in the examination. Stop. In view of the above, Mr. Mishra and senior counsel appearing for the petitioner submits that the OPSC has traveled beyond its jurisdiction and has not followed the 2016 rules diligently and scrupulously while conducting the examination. It is also submitted that the OPSC at a later stage of the examination has devised a mechanism and included minimum qualifying marks for the examination, which is not there in the school in the rules, relevant rule, as well as in the schedule appended to the rules. Accordingly, Mr. Mishra calls in question the further continuance of the selection process which is going on at the moment under the supervision of the Odisha Public Service Commission. Mr. Mahantil and Council appearing for the OPSC per contra submits that the rule gives ample power to the Odisha Public Service Commission, which is a constitutional body in view of Article 320 of the Constitution of India, to devise any mechanism to conduct any examination. Therefore, the conduct of the Odisha Public Service Commission in providing cut-off marks for each subject at a later stage was well within their scope and jurisdiction. In the said context, he also refers to the Rule 6, Rule 6, Sub-Rule 5 of the 2016 rules. Further, Mr. Mahanti and Council appearing for the OPSC, Senior Counsel appearing for the OPSC, refers to the advertisement published by the OPSC under Annexure 1, that is advertisement number 26 of 2021 and 22. The attention of this court was drawn to clause 6C under the heading Method of Selection. And it was submitted that by virtue of the advertisement, the Commission has power and it is competent to fix up the qualifying marks in any or all the subjects of the examination. So in such view of the matter, Mr. Mahanti and Senior Counsel appearing for the OPSC justifies the conduct of the OPSC in imposing qualifying mark in respect of each subjects for the ASO examination. Stop next, Mr. Ashok Purija, Learned Advocate General, appearing for the state opposite parties, contended.
My lord, excuse me. First, they have accepted this process, they cannot again challenge that.
First?
They have accepted this process already advertised.
ସେଟା କରିବେ ଗୋଟେ ଖାଲି ମିଷ୍ଟର ମହାନ୍ତିଙ୍କର ଆଡ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସିନିୟର କାଉନସିଲ for the OPSC further submits that the candidates having appeared in the selection test are able to challenge the selection process or the advertisement. Therefore, he further that this writ application at their instance is not maintainable. Mr. Ashok Parijalan, Advocate General of the state, appearing for the state opposite parties, submitted that a large number of candidates, that is almost 150,000 candidates who appeared the first stage of the examination, that is written examination as per Rule 6.5. Therefore, the task was humongous for the OPSC to shortlist the candidates. Accordingly, the OPSC has devised this mechanism to shortlist the candidates in a fair and transparent manner and to pick the best candidates from among the lot. Stop. He further contended that the OPSC has ample power under the rules to devise its own mechanism while conducting the written examination. And further referring to the advertisement issued by the OPSC, the learned Advocate General submitted that the OPSC has not committed any wrong while imposing the cut-off mark. So it is further contended by the learned Advocate General that since the final marks have not been published yet, the stage to challenge the merit list has not come. Such were the in the said context, the learned Advocate General further submitted that once a candidate comes to know about his final mark, then only he can assert his position and accordingly approach this court for redressal of his grievance or for the protection of his legal rights. Stop. In such view of the matter, the learned Advocate General also submitted that the writ application is not maintainable at this stage. Next paragraph. In reply to the submission made by the learned counsels, senior counsels appearing for the state as well as for the OPSC, Mr. Mishra, learned senior counsel appearing for the petitioners, relied upon a judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court reported in 2022, Volume 8 SCC, page 713, within bracket, Krishna Rai, within bracket, dead, through LRs versus Banaras Hindu University, through the registrars, to repel the contention of Mr. Mahanti, learned senior counsel, that having participated in the selection process, it is no more open to the candidates to question the process of selection or the advertisement or the terms and conditions contained therein. Relying upon the aforesaid Supreme Court judgment, Mr. Mishra submitted that there cannot be any estoppel against law. Therefore, such a plea cannot be taken by the OPSC, learned senior counsel appearing for the OPSC, in the context of the present matter. Next, Mr. Mishra also relied upon a judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court in the matter of Goa Public Service Commission versus Pankaj Rane and others, reported in 2022 SCC Online, SC 40, to support his contention that where the minimum qualifying mark in the oral interview was not prescribed under the relevant rules, the examining body, that is the OPSC, that is the Goa Public Service Commission, which was the examining body, Goa Public Service Commission, devised a mechanism and adopted a minimum qualifying mark to shortlist the candidate in the Vaivavas test. Stop. The same was challenged before the High Court. The High Court allowed the writ petition by holding that such a procedure is not permissible under the law. Thereafter, the matter finally reached the Honorable Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court, by a detailed judgment, has affirmed the judgment of the High Court. Next para. The moot question that is required to be adjudicated in the present case is whether the OPSC was within its scope and jurisdiction while in cut-off mark for different subjects which is not prescribed, specifically prescribed in the relevant rules, that is rules of 2016. And further, by introducing such a mechanism, they have also deviated from the practice they were following in the previous years. Stop. Whether the introduction of such a cut-off mark, subject-wise cut-off mark is permissible in view of the provisions contained in Rule 6 within bracket 5, as no such cut-off mark has been prescribed in the schedule appended to the rules. In such view of the matter, this court is of the considered view that this matter needs proper adjudication after filing of the counter affidavit by the contesting opposite parties. Accordingly, issue notice to the opposite parties. Counsel for the petition has directed serve extra copies, adequate number of extra copies to the contesting opposite parties within 3 working days. The opposite parties are directed to file their counter affidavit.
Next 20 तारीख को रखो.
You have your difficulty? How? Let them continue. Within 2 weeks for you. Within 10. Se phuni rejoin
10 days.
10 days kar douch. Within 10 days after serving a copy on counsel for the petitioner, who shall file his rejoinder, if any, within 3 days. Within 3 days, list this matter on 20th of December. I record them too.
List केबे करियो कोइल.
20th December pa? हाँ.
Yes.
20 तारीख सुनिए. अपन 10 दिन भीतर देबे. Then after 3 days, से rejoinder देबे. 20th will hear अपन. 20th at 2 PM कर दो अपन. 20th at 2 PM. I record them too. The process, I notice कर दियो तू. As an interim, it is directed that let the process of selection continue. However, the final merit list shall not be published without the leave of this court.
Lordship say that till that date.
Obviously, till next date.
Without saying that, without leave of the court, Lordship.
Without leave of the
Without leave of the court, this order will continue till next date.
Till that.
Leave.